Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today our Yin Yoga practice is going to be for the lower body. So find a little bit of space to move. Let's get started and just remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All right, you guys, so we're gonna start by just extending one leg. If you wanna turn sideways on your mat, you can, just to kind of get a better idea of where your leg is, but you don't have to, just a suggestion. We're gonna bring one leg out really wide and keep the other leg in front. So we're gonna add a forward fold to this. So you might be familiar with the wide-legged forward fold, but this time we're doing one leg. So pick a leg, send it way out to the side, but still facing forwards with the upper body. So you can rest that front leg wherever's comfy. But bring your hands in front of you. I want you to lengthen your spine so you can just lift the chest a bit. If you need to flex the foot, if you feel this through the inner leg and your foot is relaxed, you can stay with it relaxed if there's no discomfort in the knee. But if there is discomfort in the knee or you just want more of a stretch, flex your foot. Pull your toes back towards your upper body. But we're going to fold forward, you guys. So bring your hands in front of you and just start to lower the chest down. So sometimes the sit bones, the butt likes to lift up off the mat in this one. I want you to think about keeping it down, lowering the chest just as much as you need to feel that stretch through the inner leg all the way through. If you do want to reach for your toes, you can too. It's just a habit of mine, but you don't have to. And you can lower the chest as far down as it'll go. Nice, you guys. Slowly start to lift yourself back up. If you're folding forward, we're just going to switch sides. See how the other side feels. So bend that one leg in that was straight. Send the other leg all the way out. Flexing the foot if you did on the other side. And then bring the hands in front of you. Lengthen your spine. Maybe you feel it without folding. Maybe you need to fold to find that stretch, but just play with it. Find what feels right, what feels best. So nice and slow, we're gonna lift back up, and just so everybody knows what I want you to feel, we're gonna try both legs for just a short couple breath. So bring both of your legs out nice and wide. Think about sitting tall. Again, flex the feet if you want a little bit more or to protect those knees, and then you can tip forward if it feels good. Nice, you guys. All about those inner legs. Nice work, you guys. Use an inhale. Let's lift ourselves back up. So bring your hands to the outside of your knees and just help your legs come back together. Give yourself a nice little hug. Shake it out if you need to shake it out. Hopefully you felt that. And then we're just going to be bringing, well, you can bring the left leg down, and we're gonna cross the right leg over top. So we're gonna try and stack our knees on top of each other. So instead of bringing the knee really high into the chest, think about almost laying it down on that front leg. So you can keep your bottom leg straight or you can bend it in. If you keep it straight, you might get a hamstring stretch. If you bend it in, you might get more into the glutes, but whatever feels best. So the sides of the feet ideally are resting on the mat instead of the balls of the feet or the soles of the feet. So cow face pose. Stacking the knees as much as you can. They don't have to be perfectly stacked. Maybe your knee is really high and you are feeling a stretch to the glute, but just kind of play with it, find what feels right, and then take an inhale and sit tall. Maybe you're staying here, maybe you're adding a forward fold. And as you fold forward and kind of just let the upper body rest on the knees, you might get into that glute, the right one, the left one. Awesome, you guys. Slowly, if you're folding forward, just lift back up. We're going to cross our legs the other way. So bringing the bottom leg out if you tucked it in. Uncross. If you're following me, the right leg's going to come out long. Stacking the knees. Option to keep the bottom leg straight and add a forward fold, or just keep it straight and not add a forward fold. Or bend that bottom leg in and just try and scooch around a little bit, get those sit bones connected to your mat, stacking the knees as much as you can, and then take an inhale. Using an exhale to fold. Maybe one side is a lot tighter than the other. For me, this side's a little tighter today. And slowly with an inhale, we're going to lift all the way back up. Let's unwind the legs, plant the feet. You can do a little rock, a little wiggle. We're going to be coming onto our hands and knees next and finding a lunge. So the right foot's going to come forwards. And I want you to get into that left hip flexor. So sink those hips to the front of the room. You can have your hands on the floor or resting on the knee. And I'm going to give you guys another option in a moment to perhaps go a little bit further. But before that happens, just focus on that left hip, the top of that quad. Breathing wherever you are. Nice work, you guys. So I want to add a quad stretch to this, only if you want it, but I want you to still get that hip flexor. So we're still going to keep the hips sinking forwards to the front of the room. I'm going to bring my left hand to the floor, lower my chest towards my knee, and then I'm going to be reaching back for my foot with my right hand. If you have a towel or strap around you, you can use it if you can't quite reach the foot. But if you can reach the foot, you don't need any props. So check in that you're still trying to lower your hips towards the floor. If you're pushing back, if you're lifting those hips back and you're losing that quad stretch to get the foot, don't worry about doing the quad stretch or use your strap or your towel. I want you sinking the hips forward, getting that hip flexor, and maybe the quad as well. Awesome, you guys. Slowly let the foot go if you have it. We're going to push the hips back just enough to release that hip stretch. You might be in half splits right now, but we're not going to stay very long. So you can bend back into the front knee and then just bring that right knee back onto your mat. So we're going to move to the other side. Left foot's going to come forward. If you need a little bit more time before switching sides, you can take it. But sinking into the hips, maybe resting the hands on the floor, maybe having them up on the knee, wherever you feel it, wherever you want to be. Sinking into those hips, the right side is getting all the love this time. And just finding that breath. So feel free to stay here or come for that quad stretch with me. So I'm going to bring my right hand down and use my left to grab my foot. If you prefer to do the other way, you can. This one just feels a little bit more natural to me, but use your strap or your towel and just hug the heel towards the glute, but all the while sinking the hips down and forward. Awesome work, you guys. Slowly. Let's let the foot go. Whew. So good. And then you can start to send the hips back just to release the hip flexor stretch. A little half split, a little hamstring, but don't worry, we'll get to our hamstring in a moment. So whenever you feel good to slide that left knee back in, you can. We are going to sit on down. So bringing your legs in front. You can start by having a nice big bend in your knees. I want you to inhale, sit nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you can start to bring your chest, your stomach, your upper body towards your thighs. So a forward fold. You can have your knees nice and bent. You can give your legs a nice big hug. If you want to send the feet further away, you can walk those feet further away. But before you get right settled, let's take another inhale. Lift the chest up again. And then as you exhale, you can start to relax. If you have any discomfort through your low back, think about keeping the spine long and the chest proud. If you do not have discomfort in your low back, you can round here. But I still want you to lead with the heart instead of the forehead. So if anything's going to touch your legs first, be your chest instead of the forehead. But fold forward. Just find a nice forward fold, feeling the length of the back of the legs, through the spine. Just a few more breaths here. Getting any discomfort through that low back, just sit up nice and tall. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, and then you can stay there, or you could fold down again. Whatever feels good. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale to lift yourself all the way back up. Sit nice and tall. Drop the shoulders down. Relax. So we're going to start to cross our legs. So cross your legs in one direction. We're going to sit tall here. So it's just sitting cross-legged. If you feel this in the hips and the lower body, you can just stay sitting cross-legged, nice and tall. If you want to add a forward fold to your cross-legged seated position, you can start to fold all the way down. And if you're folding, slowly come back up. We're going to cross our legs the opposite way. So just move whatever leg is in front, behind. This might feel a little awkward if you usually sit one way all the time, but take an inhale, sit tall. Either stay here or fold forward. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale to lift all the way back up. Keep your legs in that awkward cross-legged position, but bring your hands together in front of your heart. Awesome work today, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.